Just a few days ago, nobody outside of the state of Arizona knew who Arizona State Representative Jake Hoffman was. And I am sure that Mr. Hoffman would love to go back to just 3-4 days ago when nobody knew or even cared that he existed. Because this has been a very, very bad week for Mr. Hoffman that apparently has gotten a little bit worse. If you're not familiar with this story, if you haven't seen that viral video going around social media of Mr. Hoffman running away from a reporter asking him a question, here's what it is. Mr. Hoffman is a Republican representative in the state of Arizona, and he actually signed on to that forged document that was submitted to the National Archives saying that, oh, looks like Donald Trump actually won Arizona's electors, not Joe Biden. And of course, there is now an investigation in the state of Arizona. It has been referred to the state attorney general. And Mr. Hoffman, as a, signer of that letter, could absolutely find himself involved legally in this scandal. So he's got enough problems. And as I mentioned, he literally ran away from a reporter who asked him about it. Reporter says, well, how'd you get it? And he says, well, you'd have to ask, the person who sent it to me. He goes, no. I'm asking you how you got the phone call asking you to do it. And the guy couldn't answer the question, refused to, just said, you're going to have to ask them. He said, I have to ask them how you got a phone call? It's absolutely hilarious. Again, you can actually find it in the link in the video description here if you want to take a look at it. But then things got even worse for Mr. Hoffman. Because it turns out that signing a forged government document submitted to another federal government entity is not the only thing that Mr. Hoffman did trying to help Donald Trump win the election. Check this out. Hoffman, it turns out, was banned from Twitter after his company, Rally Forge, worked with Charlie Kirk's far right-wing political activist group Turning Point USA during the 2020 election, establishing, quote, a domestic troll farm in Phoenix, Arizona that employed teenagers to churn out pro-Trump social media posts, some of which cast doubt on the integrity of the U.S. election system or falsely charged Democrats with attempting to steal the election, the Washington Post revealed. Of course, this was from Raw Story, where I'm reading that from. So in addition to signing off on this forged document that you had to have known was a forged document, you were trying to lend it some legitimacy because you're a sitting lawmaker. Then at the same time, your company, Rally Forge, is running a troll farm. Troll farm with teenagers. You're paying kids to go online and spread memes, casting doubt on the 2020 election. You know what's sad about all this is that those little pro-Trump memes that these groups put out, you know why they do it? They do it because it actually works, because people are dumb. And of course, people in Hoffman's generation aren't so good at memes, so they hire the youth to do it, and let's get the kids to come up with these. And it's sad and pathetic, but what's even more sad and more pathetic is that it does work on feeble-minded Republicans. That's why Mr. Hoffman's company did it. That's why Turning Point USA does it. That's why Charlie Kirk loves this kind of crap. But Hoffman's been exposed. Everything about this guy is coming out in the wash. And like I said, I bet he would love nothing more than to be able to go back in time 4 days before any of this broke, when nobody cared who he was, nobody knew who he was. And he was happy going about his little life being a, average everyday pro-Trumper. Yeah, now you got the national spotlight on you, bud, and get used to it. Because I'm sure as this criminal investigation in Arizona picks up, you're going to have even more spotlights on you, and it's not going to be a very flattering light.